I am so excited because guess what? It's my birthday and I'm actually alone right now on a road trip headed to Las Vegas, but I'm not really alone because I'm gonna celebrate it with you. I am heading out the door for a 2-week road trip and we're gonna be thrifting in so many different cities, some that I've never thrifted in. I'm really excited to take all of you on this road trip adventure with me. Our first stop today is gonna be Medford, Oregon. I can't even wait to find out what kind of treasures we're gonna find on this trip. We're gonna fill this entire car up. That is my goal. So buckle up, let's hit the road and let's get thrifting. I'm here in Medford and I was on my way to my first antique store and I didn't even make it there because I saw a pawn shop on the side of the road. I pulled over and I went in. And I don't film in pawn shops just because of safety for the pawn shops. It's kind of a complex thing, but it's best not to show their jewelry cases online. But I got a whole bag full of sterling silver for incredible prices, $2, $5, $15. I got some really cool things, including a lobster pendant necklace. And I'm gonna pull out all of the jewelry from all the pawn shops at the end of each episode to show you. Since I don't film in the pawn shops, I thought that would be the best way to do it. So stay tuned to the end of today's video and I'm going to show you everything that I get at all the pawn shops here in Medford. We are only a couple minutes away from the antique store, so unless I see another pawn shop, I will see you there. Our first antique mall is Main Antique Mall on Riverside Avenue in Medford, and they have over 100 different antique and vintage vendors in this store. Hi, kitty. Are you the shop kitty? Love these pink earrings. I think I'm gonna get those. They're only $15. They look like they're Mexican sterling. I'm also thinking I'm gonna get these malachite earrings. They are beautiful. They're probably clip-ons. Yep, they're clip-ons. But they're also only $15 and they've got beautiful stones in them. And again, I think those are Mexican silver as well. Okay, 15. I will get those. Okay. Thank you. Yep. And then there's also these pink stone ones right here.
Do you want to get those two or just look at them?
Let me take a look at the back real quick.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just want to make sure they were, yeah, signed. Those are great. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness, look at this beautiful wall hanging. It's got a deer. Let's see, it says deer head. What's that say? Flue cover? Oh, so it covers something probably from an old home. Boy, that would sure be really neat in a gallery wall. They've got 125 on it. Looks like it might be bronze. Kind of obsessed with it. I might do a little bit of research to see how much those typically are worth before I invest in it. Now I'm actually wondering if the deer is carved wood. I think it is. Let's zoom in on this. Here we go. I think that's carved wood. I can't tell. Is it carved wood or cast bronze? Either way, I love it. Okay, I looked it up and it is to cover a chimney flue. Didn't know what that was. Goodness gracious. Now I know, because you know why? Because I have one in my basement when we take out our fireplace, and now I'm thinking that that needs to come home with me for sure. It would go on the brick wall and it's a really small space, and I just think that would be the coolest thing ever to cover it. Okay, we're gonna think about it. We might see if they can do a little better than 125, but I think I'm in love. Oh my goodness, I am gonna get in trouble in this mall. This is a beautiful old antique Crater Lake painting. The only problem is it's $2.95, which is a very reasonable price for what it is, but it's too much for me to buy it to add to my gallery wall. So that's a bummer, but I'm gonna keep looking because maybe there'll be another Crater Lake painting here because we are very, very close to Crater Lake. So I'm sure it inspired a lot of people in this area. This space is amazing. We're gonna have some fun looking around in here. One thing that I learned since my recent Washington road trip was the marble vases that I found that I've been calling candle holders are actually not candle holders, and neither are these. They're actually for floral arrangements. And I had no idea because when I looked them up online, everyone said candle holders, but some of you on YouTube thankfully knew what they were originally used for back in the early 1900s. And I'll see if I can find a picture to pop in, but there would have been something there, maybe a vase that would have held flowers, and so they were actually like floral arrangement bases. I'm still going to use mine for candle holders, but now I know I've got other options too. This is one of my bucket list finds, and it's a bucket. They've got it for $225, and it looks like they are comparing it to an online price of $350 on First Dibs, which we all know is kind of top dollar, and usually items on First Dibs actually don't sell for that. They usually accept an offer, but we're gonna pass on it today because I'm still determined to thrift that one. Look at all of this mid-century goodness here. Look at this lamp. It's incredible. I love the birds on it. And I love that this has like a matte finish on the glass. And then this has a texture. Let's see, it says ALADIN for $6.95. I'll have to do some more research. It's really, really beautiful and clearly very old. Look at this. I think that's a moth or a bee. It's only $25. And can't tell if it's signed. We're gonna take a look at that. I've been looking for ages for something for staging textiles to photograph. And this is actually for sale. So often when people have these in their spaces, they're not for sale, but it's for sale. It says it's primitive from France, very old, $3.25. It's quite amazing. I think I might have to do it. I like the rug too. Check out this leather sterling bracelet. It's $800. How amazing is that? They've got a beautiful Yugoslavian wedding cup. It's $49, which is too much for me. I've thrifted most of mine, but the detail on this one is really, really beautiful. Amazing. I love these. Look at these old bowling pins. Set of 10 plus the ball, $70. I think these would be really cute on a bookshelf. I'm not gonna get them, but I keep seeing them. There's several vendors that have a lot of these little wooden bowling pins, and I just think that'd be so cute. Set on top of a stack of books on a bookshelf, if you like bowling, if it's your thing. Okay, said I wasn't gonna do it, and then I found these colored ones, and I like these even better, and they're $32 for the set. Done deal, we're getting these. is chalkware. Interesting. San Francisco. Okay, I'll get that guy too. Just realized I missed this entire side of the mall. It is so big. Look at these lamps. I think those are giraffes. Those are so stinking cute. $2.25 for the pair. That's not bad. This is the most incredible Art Deco brass tea set I've ever seen, and it looks like it's got the entire set. It's got the coffee pot, teapot, the sugar dish, and the cream dish with little tongs and the original tray. We're gonna go add this to our pile up front at the counter, and I cannot even wait to style this up for you. I was gonna show you how organized I am, but now I look like a mess out in the parking lot. But I brought these crates that break down, and I brought them full of bubble wrap. And then this is actually gonna fit down here. I don't know how my car got so dirty with lavender. I just vacuumed it yesterday. But I'm gonna go ahead and put down my little blanket from the bins on top of it, and then I will set the crates on top. It looks really sturdy, so I'm not too worried about the weight of the crates. All right, car is put back together. I've got the beautiful ladder down here with the blanket, and then I've got all of my foldable bins here with bubble wrap. This one's already full. This is stop one of day one, and one of my 5 bins is full. Oh my goodness. I know a lot of you are gonna tell me, why don't you get a utility van or a bigger car or pull a trailer? And the truth is, I just simply don't want to invest the money in that. And I also do have a budget, so the truth is I really can't afford to fill more than this car anyways. Main Antique Mall in Medford is amazing. I highly recommend them. This was my first stop here, and they were so wonderful. They were always coming around and grabbing things out of my arms and taking them to my pile and checking on me to see if I needed any assistance. If you were coming to the Left Coast Flea and Rose City Vintage Market this summer and you were doing a road trip up through Oregon, I highly encourage you to stop here. They're gonna have a store-wide sale that weekend too, because so many people come up from California. So make sure that you put Main Antique Mall on your list in Medford, Oregon. We're gonna go head to a couple more antique stores. I am already on a roll. We are just getting started, so let's head to the next store. I have this exact same vase in a beautiful blue color. This one is priced here at the thrift store for only $2. This is a Native American friendship vase. It's all hand painted and it's only $4. I'd love to take a look at those earrings too.
Oh yeah.
Fan ones, those are pretty.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, these are really beautiful. I'd love to get those.
That little thrift store was amazing. I'm so glad that I decided to stop. I actually also stopped at a pawn shop, and I have another whole bag full of sterling silver that I will show you as soon as we get to the hotel tonight. But first, I've got to show you a couple of the things that I just found in that thrift store, because I found some awesome things for incredible deals. This is a beautiful hand-painted Native American pottery vase. The symbolism is for friendship, and I love how it's got the people and their little faces smiling on the inside. It's a beautiful piece of artisan pottery, and I was just looking up online to make sure that I was pronouncing the tribe's name right, and I found a wonderful Facebook link posted by someone in that tribe. The common pronunciation of this tribe is Tha No Atham, And I will put the link in the description to the Facebook video because she also shares more information about the tribe and how to pronounce different words. This one is artist sign, and I paid only $4 for it. These sell online for between $200 and $300, so this was a really, really incredible find. I got a set of 6 beautiful wooden bowls, and I got a Japanese vase for only $2. I can't believe this. I actually have a blue version of this exact same vase. That's how I knew what it was. And I was just so excited to find this sitting on the shelf for only $2. So we got a bag of sterling, we got a couple really great pieces of pottery, and now we are headed to the next antique store, unless we see another thrift store or pawn shop on the way. I like this little carved wood bear. We are probably going to have a car full of critters at the end of this road trip. I can't wait to tally up how many animals I buy on this road trip at the very end. He is only $10, so we're going to go start a pile at the front counter. I love a good rustic carved wood box. This one is kind of cool because it looks like it is actually to keep your coins in. I think that these might fit quarters. This is also $10. And we are also going to be getting this beautiful 1970s West Germany pottery jug. This is one of my favorite patterns in this pottery, and it has the most beautiful pale turquoise color to it. That's a great little store. I didn't get a ton of vintage in there, but I did get this cute little carved bear for only $10. And this reminds me so much of the shape of bears on a lot of Native American Zuni jewelry. I don't know if this is a Native American carved piece. It's not signed, it just has a couple numbers on the bottom, but I love him, and he was only $10. I ended up getting the wooden box that I thought was kind of cool because you could put coins in it. So I'm gonna check and see if it's for quarters or if it holds a variety of coin sizes. But I thought that was kind of cool, and it was also only $10. And then I got this beautiful West Germany pottery vase for only $35. I feel like that was a really, really reasonable price for it. I've seen this exact pattern when I was in Amsterdam, and obviously I love the color on it. I actually think this would look really cool mixed with my Victoria Little John pottery because it's a little bit darker of a shade, but it's the same kind of teal color on it. So this is going to be so fun to do a whole decorating video with everything I find on this road trip when I get home. Now we are headed to the collector's market directly across the street. This is where I found my black Catherine home fondue pot. So I'm really, really hopeful. I know they have a lot of vendors inside there, and I'm hoping that we can find some awesome stuff. I am always looking for books to add to my bookshelves, but most importantly, to learn. I like to pick up books that are on specific things that I buy, and this book might even help me identify the beautiful bee pottery that I got earlier today. Even at antique stores, you can find really good deals on books. This one is only $8.95. And just like that, check that out. Isn't that almost the exact same bee? This is going to be really fun to look through this book when I get back to the hotel. This summer at our Left Coast Flea Market, I'm going to be selling too, not just working the show. I'm going to have a double space full of vintage, so I'm looking for a lot of larger things that I want to sell locally, like lamps. Natural and organic home decor is so popular right now. It's something that I'm always putting in my own home too. So even though I think I have enough lamps for my own home, this is going to be perfect to bring to the flea market this summer. And the best part is it's 50% off. I just happened to be here during an awesome sale because the majority of the vendors are having huge discounts today.
This is a weird sculpture, but sometimes weird things end up being the most valuable. They are only asking $12 for this sculpture. Something about this is telling me that this is going to be worth picking up. And for $12, I feel like it's worth the risk of the investment. Always look for signatures. This one happens to be marked right here at the base, which makes it so much easier for looking it up and researching it. And you can never go wrong with a live edge wooden candle holder or vase. They sell so well. This one's only $8.50, but it's also 25% off. The pricing is so good at this antique mall. It really feels more like thrift store pricing, especially if you get lucky like I did today and you were here during a sale. I happened to have packed a sleeveless dress on this trip, specifically hoping that I could thrift some kind of a thin, lightweight cover. This is silk, and I really like the watercolor look of it, and I love how the sleeves are kind of cinched back, and it's only $12. This is going to be the perfect pop of color with my white dress. I found this set of 7 wooden plates for only $15, plus this space is on sale. I think I'm going to wood oil these up and really make the wood grain pop. These are going to be perfect for hosting outdoor events at my house this summer. Next up, just a few minutes away, is the Salvation Army thrift store. I have seen vintage quilts rise in popularity so much on my Instagram this past year or two. This one is absolutely gorgeous with the bright pink and teal combination. They know that it is vintage. They've got vintage quilt on the label and they have it priced at $75. I'm going to take a look at it and see if there are any stains or if it's in really good condition, because this would be another great item to bring to my flea market. I always recommend having bright, bold things that draw people into your flea market space. And with these vintage quilts selling for anywhere from $150 to $300 online, $75 is still going to be a good investment price. If you have very eclectic style like me, these little hanging planters look really great when you have a row of them hanging in a kitchen window. I love this large copper bowl. It's got 3 balls attached to the bottom to make it raised up, and it's got absolutely gorgeous natural patina on it, and it's only $6. Excited to visit a different Oregon chapter of Goodwill because this is completely different than the Goodwills we have up in the Portland area, and I'm not expecting it to be quite as good, to be honest, just because I know we have the best Goodwills ever, but I'm still hopeful. You never know unless you go. Loving this little wooden plate that has a picture behind a little piece of glass in the center. I can easily swap that out, and this would be so beautiful mixed into a gallery wall. It is always a good idea to mix in different shapes and sizes when you're putting together a gallery wall. It is only $3.29. This is a pretty pair of glass Mikasa candle holders, and they are $2.29 each. We're gonna go ahead and get them. Mikasa is a pretty good brand, and these would probably sell for around $30 for the pair. I'm not sure if this was originally meant to be a serving platter or not, but I absolutely love the wood grain on it, and it's got a great shape to it, so this would be really fun to use as a serving platter. It is only $3.29.
Today just flew by. I'm pretty much done. I think it's time that I should start heading and making my way down to Sacramento. I want to get to Sacramento before it gets dark and get settled in. So I think we're done. I've been passing out flyers for my vintage market this summer for the Left Coast Flea, and all of the vintage stores have been great and been happy to take those flyers. So if you see one of my flyers on the counter when you are shopping here in Medford, take a picture of it and tag me on Instagram. I'd love to see it. All right, now we're gonna fast forward about 4.5 hours because that's how long it takes to get to Sacramento, and I'm gonna take out all of the jewelry that I got at the pawn shops today and show you.
All right, I'm back at the Airbnb, and before I show you the jewelry, I'm going to show you what I bring with me when I travel on my road trips. Now, the reason that I bring this case is because I want something to keep all of the jewelry safe in, but also I want to make sure that I bring it into the hotel or Airbnb every night. That way, in case my car does get broken into, I don't have to worry about all of the jewelry being stolen. And I always make sure to have a loop with me, which is great when you're looking at signatures and you just can't quite read them. This even has a little light. Woo, there it is, right there. So you turn it around and you can really look close and figure out what the signature says almost all the time. So I always bring one of these. I also have a tape measure with me on my keychain in the car in case I need to measure anything, if I'm looking for any kind of bracelet or something, necklace or chain, or just something that's a specific size. This is actually a professional travel makeup kit for people who do makeup on the road. I will put a link for this case and my little ring holders in the description below in case you want to check out some stuff that I've purchased off of Amazon to keep everything organized. But I actually bring these little ring trays with me. One, because they're so pretty and they're easy to carry around with me, but mostly I just don't want stones hitting each other. And if you just throw them in a bag, the chains will get tangled and it'll be a hot mess when you get home. So I bring a couple of those, some jewelry bags. Oh yeah, and here's another little tape measure. So if you want something really small, something like this is great. It's only 3 feet, so it's not great if you're looking for furniture, but if you're just looking for a certain size pot to fit in a planter, or you're looking for a certain size necklace chain, this is a great option. They're super handy, and that way when I get out of my car at the end of the night, I just grab this case and I'm ready to go. So let's take a look at all of the pretties. I'm so dang excited about my jewelry haul. Let's start with this belt buckle. So this was from a pawn shop, and it is a beautiful seed beaded Native American belt buckle. This was 50% off. This pawn shop was having a big sale. They originally had $80 on it, and I only ended up paying $40. This is worth at least $100, so I've got some pretty good markup on it. And then the rings. Oh, I am so darn excited. A lot of these were from the pawn shop that had a 30% off sale. This one's a size 6 and they were asking $49. So I ended up getting it for 30% off of that. And when you break down the pricing, typically I end up looking for items that I have at least 50% margins on. So if I'm gonna invest $40 in a ring, I wanna make sure that it's gonna be worth around $80. Obviously, if it's worth $200, that's even better. And I just went through and handpicked the rings that I thought were the most beautiful and that I really connected to the most. This is kind of cool. It's really small, unfortunately, like a size 5 maybe, or even 4.5, but it has a matching cuff. Look how pretty that is. And guess what? I only paid $15 for the ring and the bracelet. That one was a really good deal. I also got a really good deal on these earrings at a pawn shop. These were only $10. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I got this cute little lobster pendant. He's so cute. He was $5. Actually, that's right. He was $5, but the guy gave him to me for $2. And it's sterling. Just needs a chain. And she's so pretty. She was also 30% off. And then I found these at the thrift store and they were $25, and they've got this beautiful azurite stone. Clearly you can see that that's one of my favorite stones. This one's really special. So I ended up getting 40% off of this, and it is gold, and it's very hard to find gold with stones. I just don't see it very often, but I love the look with the warmth of the gold and the beautiful natural stones. Here are the 2 pairs of clip-on earrings that I got, and both of them are stamped Mexico. These were $15 each, which is a really good deal. Some people don't value clip-on earrings because they think that nobody wears them, but I know that a lot of you do, and I always pick them up when I find a beautiful set. So there is the jewelry haul for Medford. I'm excited to see what else we can find on this trip. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on my birthday so that I wasn't alone today. I had a really good day, and I'm really excited about kicking off this road trip. I live for these road trips. I just love to travel. It is my absolute passion, and I'm so lucky to get to do it while I vintage shop and share it with all of you. So thank you for joining me on my birthday and making it a good day, and thank you so much for watching this video. And we are going to get up bright and early tomorrow and go explore in Sacramento, which I have never thrifted or antique shopped in Sacramento before. So very excited about that. I will see you in the Sacramento episode very soon.